You have fewer summers left than you think. Not by a little, by a lot. And here is what nobody tells you. The summers aren't just disappearing. Your brain is making them disappear. On purpose. There is a mechanism inside your mind that is actively compressing your experience of time, deciding which years are worth keeping, and quietly discarding the rest. You've felt it. You look up and it's December again. You blink and 3 years have passed. What used to feel like a lifetime now barely registers as a week. And the terrifying part is not that it's happening. It's that it's going to keep accelerating. Every single year, faster than the last, until the end. Unless you understand exactly what's causing it. Because the answer is not what anyone expects. Most people think time speeds up because life gets busier. Routine sets in, responsibilities pile up, less time to enjoy things. Except retired people report the exact same thing. More free time than they've had in decades. And still, years gone before they notice. Busy had nothing to do with it. So what is actually happening? Your brain doesn't experience time the way a clock does. It doesn't tick forward in equal measured intervals. Instead, it constructs your sense of time backwards, after the fact, based on one thing. How many memories it can pull from that period. Not how much happened. How many distinct, vivid things it actually stored. And this is where it gets personal. Think about a period in your life that felt long. A first year in a new city. A relationship early on. A trip somewhere you'd never been. When you look back on it, it feels stretched, rich, packed. Now think about last February. Can you even remember it? Not specific events. The texture of it. What those 4 weeks actually felt like. Most people can't. Because last February looked almost exactly like the February before it. And the one before that. And your brain, ruthlessly efficient, made a decision. It didn't store it. Not because nothing happened. Because nothing new happened. This is called the holiday paradox. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. A 2-week vacation feels long while you're living it. New food. New streets. New sounds. Your brain is frantically encoding all of it. But look back on that vacation a year later. It feels like it lasted a month. 2 weeks at work, same desk, same lunch, same faces. Gone. Barely a trace. Your brain doesn't log redundant data. If today is a copy of yesterday, it doesn't file a new memory. It updates the existing file, or throws it away entirely. Which means routine isn't just boring. Routine is deletion. But there's a second mechanism that makes this even more disorienting, and this one is mathematical. It cannot be stopped. When you were 7 years old, 1 year was 14% of everything you had ever lived. Enormous. Weighted. One summer could contain what felt like years. At 40, that same year, identical 12 months, is now 2.5% of your life. Your brain doesn't measure time in hours. It measures it proportionally, against everything that came before. And the older you get, the smaller each new year becomes relative to your total experience. This is called the proportionality theory of time perception. And it means the acceleration is not a feeling. It's arithmetic. Every year will feel slightly shorter than the one before it. Not because of stress, not because of screens, because of math. Now here's the third layer. And this one is happening in your brain right now, in real time. When you encounter something genuinely new, a new place, a new skill, a new person, a new problem, your brain releases dopamine. That dopamine doesn't just feel good. It fires a signal directly to your memory system. This matters. Store this. Tag it. Make it vivid. Novelty doesn't just feel exciting. It physically stretches time, because it forces the brain to lay down dense, detailed memory, the kind that when you look back, feels rich and long and real. Children live almost entirely in novelty. Every single day contains genuine firsts. The dopamine system fires constantly. Memory after memory gets tagged. A childhood summer becomes infinite. Adults have seen most of it before. The world becomes predictable. The dopamine quiets. Fewer memories get tagged. Less gets stored. And when you look back, there's almost nothing there. Three mechanisms, all running at the same time, all compounding on each other. Routine deletes your memories. Proportionality shrinks your years mathematically. And your dopamine system has gone quiet from a world that stopped surprising you. Now here's what the research actually says about slowing it down. And I want to be direct about this because most of what you've heard is wrong. It is not meditation. It is not gratitude journaling. It is not slowing down and appreciating what you have. It's novelty. Deliberate, consistent, relentless novelty. Different routes, new skills, conversations with people outside your usual circle, anything that pulls your brain off autopilot and forces it back into active encoding. Not once, not on an annual vacation, constantly, because the brain adapts fast. What felt new this month becomes invisible next month. The disruption has to keep coming. Studies of people who report that time feels slower share one thing: not happiness, not wealth. Deliberate disruption of routine. Disruption forces encoding. Encoding gives time its weight. But here's what I can't shake. You can understand all three mechanisms perfectly. You can know the holiday paradox, the proportionality math, the dopamine system, and still do nothing, because routine is comfortable. Autopilot is efficient. The brain chooses it because it costs less. Every year on autopilot is a year compressed into almost nothing, filed in a thin folder, barely distinguishable from the year before. And you won't notice while it's happening. You only notice when you look back. And by then, the year is already gone. The question isn't whether time is speeding up. It is. The math guarantees it. The question is, how many of the years you have left will your brain decide are worth remembering? And there's something connected to this. Something about why certain people feel like they stopped growing at a certain age, like their personality just froze, and what the neuroscience says is actually happening when that occurs. That will be covered in the next video. If this one is still sitting with you, like and subscribe. New video every week. And as always, go beyond theory.